Hey folks, Dr. Mike Israetel, Doctor, here with episode 5 of the Sport Scientist podcast. Listening, visual, audio, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of experiences. Actually, it's just visual and audio. But if you're at home with your own
transcendental experiences,
you can have all sorts of experiences. Please allow me to introduce our co-hosts. To my immediate left, your right, would be Mr. Marcos Rodriguez. There's only one. Elite trainer to the stars, and some more regular people with profound amounts of money in New York City. And then to his left, your extreme right, Dr. James Hoffman, a.k.a. The Hoff.
I heard you guys talking shit about me when I wasn't here, by the way. You said I was dead and on milk cartons.
We thought you were dead, and we saw you on milk cartons.
Nobody missed you.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. I mean, he's speaking for himself at this point. Folks, we're going to take a little break from having all these guests and shit. More guests on the way in later podcasts, by the way. We already got them lined up. To do a little Q&A with our base audience. A little bit of, feeding the hand that biting the... No, not that analogy. Back to our roots.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Bad questions.
Excellent question.
From the alternate reality known as social
Instagram
media.
questions.
Yeah. So from the gram, we start with somebody I know.
These are Instagram too?
These are Instagram.
Oh, fuck.
You will have respect for Instagram, Dr. James Hoffman. So here's the deal. Derek from The Null is a gentleman I know through Instagram.
What's the null?
I don't fucking know what that means.
It's
he plays
an alternate
a lot
dimension,
of video
dog.
games. He plays a lot of video games.
Okay.
Derek says, you seen this Jazzercize shit floating around social media?
Oh yeah, like the chewing chewing on stuff? Yeah,
Yep. Where the dude chews on a mouthpiece to work the jaw muscles. Let's hear some thoughts. And then he's got some follow-up questions.
I mean, like, if you want to take a trip to Cincinnati, I suppose that's great. But
Jimbo with the jokes
Yo,
over here.
I'm so
Fucking
fast.
guy.
Your chin is fucking
Fucking brilliant, bro.
He also says, let's hear some thoughts related. The tongue is a muscle, right? What's everyone's favorite tongue exercise? And then he did a tongue emoji, a kiss emoji, and a what's that called? No, baklajan. How the fuck do you say that in English?
a baklajan emoji.
God damn it! With the people use a representation of a penis.
Dildo.
Eggplant.
I used to be Russian.
Nightshade.
And what's everyone's MRVs as well? Wouldn't want to overtrain. Know what I'm saying? I think he's asking a question about.
I think he's asking
Cunnilingus.
Yeah, 2 questions.
Not that lingus, but sure.
Okay, so the jaw like mandible training, basically.
Masticate, baby.
Just eat like a taffy apple. That usually gets me. I can't even finish them shits. I mean, was a point. I don't know what the point is. To have like a defined jawline and cheekbone.
You know
like
what?
I'll tell you what
cheeks.
the point is. Your girl's drunk. You've been eating her out for 40 minutes. And you're about to give up. And you're like, you know what? Mama ain't raised no bitch. I can't quit.
Now hold up, bitch. I've been training for
I've
this
been doing
shit.
motherfucking Jazzercize for the last 6 months. I'm going to get my money's worth. Pow. 40 minutes later, you're done.
But you don't eat your girl out
But it's not
by
like-
doing
yeah.
this, right?
Yeah, it's not like you're chewing on her fucking vag.
I don't
Damn, you're getting all up in that shit.
man. You got to, come on, man.
There's not a muscle
Passion
in
and
your neck or
nothing
face
at all. What are you
you're
doing?
not using.
Commit to it. Get in there.
Let's talk about Cunny and Analingus real quick.
Let's
Let's set some ground rules.
What? What are rules?
It's just too late now.
Oh, there's no rules? No,
So we starting with the front or back?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Ground rules about how to do the act.
Well, I actually have never really partaken in the analingus.
Wow. Welcome to 2018.
I have had so many unfortunate asshole-related incidences in my life. It's just a non-sexual thing for me.
Oh my god!
Yeah, if there's some like chili oil coming out the back, you probably don't want.
You can take that any way you want. It's probably right, and that's why I don't do it.
Yeah, I suppose my sort of politically correct line on the matter is, if you're gonna do that shit, do it right. Don't you fucking half-ass
man.
anything.
My man.
You don't take a fucking little mini bite like, how's this taste? You gobble that shit up like
Take a bite of what? Poo?
Thanksgiving turkey. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
First of all,
How about gravy?
If there's poo and gravy,
There's
in
gravy up in
James.
there.
We're not. God damn it.
That's where it comes from.
Okay, James.
that's my throw up sound. If
What
there's poo or gravy coming out of your partner's anus, there's probably other steps you should take before that.
Like, are you in good health? Are you cognizant? Mm-hmm. Anyway,
I'm just saying, at any given time, there's a little spackle on my anus, right?
Oh god, you should nair your asshole, man. They sell this like a sports gel, 4 minutes in the shower, in and out, baby, clean
your
like a fucking
asshole?
seal. Yeah, so I hear.
that's gonna hurt.
That's gotta burn, yeah?
If you leave it on for longer than 4 minutes, it does. You
I
get a
guess,
chemical
Marcos,
burn.
you yourself are used to quite a bit of asshole pain.
What? Next question.
No stranger to- Anyway, Derek, sorry to disappoint you, but no, you know what? I think people are going for that man jaw look, right?
I guess. That's what I was trying to figure out. Does it like tighten up your,
I think
or like make these bigger or more like
I think
defined?
it'll just make your head look more like mine.
Or like Jake, you get like Jay Cutler face?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Just take like 20 IUs a day. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
That should have grown real
It's
fast,
more
my man.
expensive.
Now you can take a real punch.
Okay, all right. Next question. FPS training. Another person I know.
I love that guy. He just hit on me today.
Piece of shit. He's a big fan of yours. Says, this is a vote. Toto, Africa, or Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer.
Bon Jovi.
Africa.
Oh, you serious, James?
Oh yeah.
Africa dogs. I play that shit at 3 a.m. in the morning all the time. I just wake up in the middle of the night, sleepwalk, poop. I don't even know why I'm doing it.
To me, the rains only
It
come
just
down
started.
in Africa.
It just started playing into my head.
That song sucks. Bon Jovi also sucks. I'll give you that.
Thank God.
I'm just saying, lesser of two evils.
White People's Greatest Hits, Volume 1, Track 1 and 2.
Leave white people alone.
No offense.
That was one of the first CDs that my dad got me as a young man was Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet
I think he was trying to tell you you're a piece of shit.
Cassette or CD?
CD.
Slippery when wet. Fucking God, it's sexual.
It's like classic Bon Jovi.
Is that sexual? Is that supposed to be sexual?
Were you dressed
Yeah.
when your dad gave you the CD, or you like just like threw it on your fucking limp body? He was like, "Here, bitch, listen to that."
He was like, man up, you little bitch.
He caught you jacking off. The next thing you
He's like, I see those Disney CDs you've been listening to.
Little Mermaid.
Oh man,
Aladdin.
like Now This Is Music 3.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake and shit. Marcos,
See
up in Harlem where you're from.
the Heights. That's north
Heights.
of Harlem. Thank you.
Right, my sincerest apologies. What kind of music did you young urban youth listen to when you were a child and your dad made you work as more or less a slave in the grocery store?
That was slavery. Well, I just listened to like merengue and salsa, shit that you wouldn't understand. Whatever you tribal people listen to in the tundra of Russia. But
music is kind of forbidden.
right. And what is this? It makes me feel happy. Get rid of it, Vladimir.
Music is how you say noise, yes, but orchestrated by the capitalist elite.
Cool. But
orchestrated by the orchestra?
poets. I would listen to poets like the Old Dirty Bastard.
Poets?
Yeah, he's a poet.
What the fuck is a poet? Like spoken word?
The Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay, fine, that's rap. Are you hold
Tupac
on.
Shakur,
Spoken word?
Two-pack shacker.
Biggie Smalls.
Mr. Smaller's line 1. All right. Bonus question. James.
Ding, ding, ding.
How skilled is James at barbecuing given his middle-class soccer dad attire?
My man. Who said that? Who said that?
FPS training.
Yo,
Okay,
we're brothers.
I'll take
in
this
blood.
one on the chin. My grilling skills are not up to par because I've only been doing it for the last like year and a half, 2 years. I've gotten better though. I do like, it's actually, the grill's great for meal prepping. Have you guys noticed that? You can get like chicken tenderloins and stuff and it tastes like 30 times better than it does like if you put it in the oven.
Marcos is from New York. I don't think he knows what
These
a grill
motherfuckers
is.
and their macros and their grilling, bro. Just whatever, man. Go to papaya hot dogs. I don't know. Eat a fucking
Papaya hot
I'm
dogs?
done with this whole diet talk shit.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
The fuck is a papaya
I
hot
wish
dog?
I could. I wish I had a manlier man card for the grilling. I just don't. But I'm
look
getting
like it.
there. I'm getting there. I have a nice grill
You look
outside.
like fucking Paul Bunyan's bastard son.
Yeah, I know.
You've got a lot of manliness to live up to.
You do,
I'm
man.
trying. I'm trying to expand my manly horizons.
Like if I had a daughter, I'd be like, you're not gonna date fucking Carlos or Juan. You're gonna date James over here. Look at the way that boy dresses.
He's gonna grill
that
you a
motherfucker
piece
build
of
a
meat.
fucking house and grill at the same time.
With his hands.
I have like the lamest apron. Mel got me this like rooster apron in Portugal, and whenever I like make chicken, I have to wear this like green yellow apron, and I look really stupid.
Oh, so hot.
Oh
You
yeah,
have an apron?
yeah, it's great. but it's not very manly.
Well, that's okay. Manliness is on a spectrum.
Cooking is
a
manly.
spectrum in which I score dead last. All right. Next question from Trevor Moe.
Trevor Moe?
That's what his name is.
Okay.
Do you buy into brown rice? Sorry, Marcos. The rest of this question will irritate you. Do you buy into...
Fuck you mean brown rice?
Yeah, that's racist. Do you buy... Can you fucking let me finish the question?
Sure, go ahead.
What about jasmine rice? Is that racist also?
Ooh, that's like more of a culture than a color. Do you buy into brown...
Finish it.
You guys... God damn it. Do you buy into brown rice not being an efficient carb source? Bonus of what the fuck that means. With the rise in popularity of the vertical diet, people like to point out the phytic acid as a problem. Seems like it was a staple in the 80s, 90s. However, let me make a public service announcement about the vertical diet. Stan Efferding was kind enough to send me a copy of the vertical diet.
Oh, that was nice of him.
Yeah.
I like that.
He's a
dude,
cool
so
guy.
watch your mouth.
Yeah.
You just said he was a cool guy.
God damn it. So here's the deal with the vertical diet. It's Stan Efferding's approach to nutrition, and the sort of quintessential, sort of seemingly the central part of the diet is that it's a variety of foods that Stan has found to work for his body with digestion. And I guess when you eat like 6,000 calories a day, digestion seriously can be an issue. And what the fuck are you raising your hand for? You ain't eating up to 1,500 and a whole bag of fucking
Terra chips. I love Terra chips. We'll continue the vertical.
What are Terra
Whole
chips?
Foods. That's a Whole Foods food.
Is that like
Goddamn
high protein
right.
chips? What is
Nah,
that?
it's like all organic, natural shit.
Just imagine the
Allegedly.
whitest shit you could ever buy at a store.
You're talking to Captain White Boy over here? Come on. Next.
Yeah, but he doesn't
Oh.
exhibit those purchasing habits. James, what's kombucha?
That's that weird. I don't actually know what it is.
See?
But like, I know it's like carbonated. It has like a marginal amount of alcohol.
3.5.
I have
Those
one.
chips are the same place you
Okay.
get shit like that.
And that's what I ate
So
together.
really quick, sorry. I have like a hilarious memory, like me of my ex-girlfriend Allison. I remember we went to Whole Foods. She had gotten a kombucha, and I was like, "What is that?" And she says, "Kombucha." And we're going back to my car, and she's trying to open it, and that thing fucking exploded like a bomb. It was just like, and just covered her. And I remember she was like so mad, just like, "Oh fuck, I really wanted that kombucha," and I was like,
There was
laughing.
nothing left in there?
I mean, it was literally like, like when a soda blows up, it was
It's
like
worse.
that times 3. It was like, like a bomb went off, and she was drenched in it.
The
And
car
I,
will smell for quite some
luckily,
time.
we were outside of the car.
Oh, thank God.
But yeah, she was pissed.
So turned on.
So anyway, the vertical diet offers the ability to eat a wide range of foods for a little bit of your macros, but for most of your macros, sticking to foods that really work for you as far as decreasing the digestive burden. And the book also has some really good discussion of hydration practices, salt intake, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you are a person who suffers from digestive issues particularly,
This guy.
and if you find that eating a lot of food of the sort of usual bro foods, broccoli, white rice, chicken, etc., is just really burdensome, then you may give the vertical diet a shot. Because Stan has been doing this for, I don't know, like fucking generations or some shit. And I think there's a lot of wisdom in something like that, where a guy who's been there, who's been that jacked, who's eaten a ton of food, figured out some foods that really work for him and quite a few other people. Now, the only disclaimer to that is, actually is one of the first sentences in the book. This is not magical. This is not like some crazy shit's not going to happen if you start doing this. So if you're looking for like a life revolution, you need to probably go see a shaman in
Mike,
Colombia or something.
this is where I think people get confused. Is this a fair statement that the vertical diet is an implementation strategy of sound nutrition practices? It's not a different set of nutritional principles or practices.
Fuck no.
It's just an
The first thing he
implementation
says is, like,
strategy, right?
Your macros are going to be set, your calories are going to be set.
Right. So I think what people are thinking is that the vertical diet is like a new thing, right?
No.
Whereas really it's the same thing, and it's just a way of implementing that he found to be
absolutely,
good.
and it's basically a way of like, okay, we still have to do calories, we still have to do macros. All the manipulations are the same. There's nothing magical about timing, but try these foods and see if they work for your body.
It's like saying DUP isn't periodization, right?
Right,
Well,
it's a part of periodization.
It's a part of periodization,
Totally.
just how you implement it.
Exactly. So, and just like with DUP, some strategies might work for some might work for others. If you sort of verbatim follow what Stan says, and it doesn't seem to align well with your personal digestion, then the bigger part of the book is that you should find foods that work for you, and as many of them as work for you, you should always seek variety. But if you're consistently bumping into foods that just don't work for your body, like just cause you digestive issues and bloating and all this other stuff, stop fucking eating them and eat the foods that work best.
Bro,
but if you're looking for magic, that's not the book for you. Hopefully you're not looking for magic and you've already figured out from all of our shit that there is no fucking magic. So give the book a look, and if you like it, give it a shot.
I had pho from the place around the corner, and I blew up like 10 pounds yesterday. I've been like peeing out another human throughout the last like day. It's been crazy. You know, like when you
What
just
did you
take
have?
like, I had just had like the pho, you know, like the noodles in the broth.
Vietnamese food.
Yeah, it's great. But like I was so bloated. I've been just having like 2 to 3 pound peas every time, multiple times per day, just
That may
unloading.
not be the food, bro.
Yeah,
You have a venereal disease. Yeah.
I've been there. Top that one.
Fuck. I'm trying to think
I just
of health problems.
M&M's, like
I
Eminem
felt
myself,
weird
right?
one time,
Like I'm white. Rap about that.
You're pissing fucking cottage cheese with pineapple chunks.
Oh my god, dude! I'm
Too much?
Cottage cheese is like one of the worst references.
It's a bad
It's
food to
just
begin
good.
with.
I
Just
love it.
It
gross.
tastes like shit.
So good.
Speaking of good, next question comes from the Squat Father with no numbers. That's a pretty interesting
got
Instagram
it.
name that nobody got.
Yep.
This is going to be so rich. Best Dragon Ball Z saga.
I'm gonna
Oh no.
hold on. I gotta
Yeah.
rethink.
This was
Hold
going to
on.
be a super answer.
I got
wasn't
one. I got it.
Go.
The Cell Saga.
I was gonna say
Badass.
perfect Cell, and before the tournament where Vegeta is having the standoff, and he does the final flash. That's one of my favorite sequences in
it? Rips
Dragon Ball
off
Z.
3/4 of his body or whatever.
Yeah, and the English dub, the voice acting was so good,
So good.
on that scene. I love it. I can watch it 1,000 times over.
My favorite scene, and thus probably
Subtitles only.
one of my... Oh, God, anime nerd motherfucker.
It's not. It's anime. It's not
original Japanese. It's
I'm with you on that most of the time. I just that rendition of Dragon Ball Z was really good.
It really was. My favorite moment in Dragon Ball Z, probably top 2, and they both occur somewhere in a transition between Android and Cell Saga, is when Vegeta stands on a cliffside for like 3 days straight, and it just doesn't move, because he's convinced, just having ascended to Super Saiyan, like literally like a week ago, that there must be, because an android beat him, there must be a path to still another ascension. And it was just so like, fuck, talk about chills. I'm like, oh my God, like he knows it's there. And then training in the time chamber, can't compare to anything. And then him coming out and going Super Vegeta for the first time and like, talking mad shit to Cell. It's like Cell is a power category above Android 18, who broke Vegeta's arm when he was just a regular Super Saiyan. And then Vegeta toys with the guy. So he's like not even in her league. It was not he's 2 leagues out. It was just like that idea that you can put in the fucking work in the time chamber all alone and shit. Like I was anyway.
That's what Vegeta does all the time, right?
Unbelievable. Vegeta's the man, and that transition, including those scenes, is my
Vegeta
favorite
is the
part of
man.
Dragon Ball Z.
I want to give throw some press out for the DBS Super, the ending saga with the Tournament of Power was really good.
Damn, I can't wait.
You know what? I think it was a little rushed towards the end. Like the last, the whole Jiren part was, I was like, what?
Because like the build-up was so long. It was like 50 episodes of build-up, and then like when they finally have the Jiren battle, it seems like it kind of ends relatively
Jiren's
quickly.
a bad motherfucker, huh?
Yeah.
But as always,
But as a whole, I
Spoiler
thought it was
alert.
really good.
it was great. I mean, anything DBZ is anything by Toriyama is always going to be good.
What did you guys think about Gohan living alone in the desert?
I hate fucking Gohan.
Yeah, Gohan's soft
That's
as
the shit is so unforgivably terrible.
Fucking human.
That's what people think of Dragon Ball Z in the cliff notes, where they're like, "Oh, I remember this fight. I remember this scene." That's not real Dragon Ball Z. Remember Krillin and Bulma in space? Remember Goku like on the farm? That shit sucks.
Multiple episodes dedicated to Captain Ginyu as a frog.
Yes.
You're just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Gohan with the robot in the desert, and just kill me. I watched that
It's
shit.
like the target audience for Dragon Ball Z is ages 3 to 37.
Yeah. Even Dragon Ball Super has some pretty bad lulls in it, where like there's parts where you're just like, I don't give a fuck.
Anytime you have to insert the wah, wah, wah noise, just don't put that scene in.
Yeah. I mean, like when they were filming the stupid like Saiyaman movie, that's when I turned it off. I was like, I'm over it. And then Marcos actually convinced me to keep going.
You got to get through those rough patches,
Yeah,
man. Like Vegeta.
It lulls
Who's
hard.
more human than Vegeta?
He's
Nobody.
insane.
Well, you know what I mean. He
Right.
just fucking tries his best and
The Vegeta
Gets there
theme,
and then
one of the
Goku's
Vegeta's
like, "Oh, by the
themes
way."
brings me basically to tears. just listening to it.
Oh, his main theme. Yeah.
If you guys haven't watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged, watch it. It's fucking hilarious.
It's really funny. All right.
You seen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Murray28.
Not the first Murray, but the 28th.
Murray, get in here. The food is getting coiled.
Or actually, it's the 29th, isn't it? Because the first Murray is just Murray, and then it's like Murray 1.
Yeah, Murray A, B, C.
All right, Copernicus, with your numbers and shit.
You fucking math or something? You fucking scientist?
Pythagoras' stepson over here?
All right. After having to take a break from training due to surgery/life, that's a major fucking surgery. You got life inserted. What is the best general strategy and or approach to return efficiently and quickly to training and resynthesize lost muscle mass while avoiding injury? Should one focus and on neuromuscular adaptations and remain in a maintenance phase, or raise calories and try to regain overall mass? Thanks.
Easy. Train smart and start from the beginning. And a smart approach.
And let's not forget, like, go to your physical therapist and do what the physical therapist says.
Yeah.
So get in there, max out immediately, because you got to figure out where you're at. Then rep your maxes until you die.
Yeah, brother. Drink a Four Loco as a pre-workout and just fucking 20 cc's of train.
I saw that when you tagged.
Literally inject it Jazzercize. Is Four Loco coming back or something?
I mean, it's around. It just doesn't have the stimulants in it anymore.
Oh, that's not
That's bullshit.
It's funny, when my buddy Jared moved from Florida to Denver, while we were like packing all his shit, he had an expired Four Loco. It was like 4 years expired, and I decided to drink it before the road trip.
Makes less.
Oh,
I've
man.
never had a fucking headache like that in my life.
It's amazing,
It was
isn't it,
the
though?
worst thing I ever drank in my life.
You didn't like it? I mean,
No,
like,
man.
the come
4
down
years
is...
expired.
4 years expired.
It wasn't
come
like
down
a
is
normal
awful.
Four Loco. I was like, shit, I'm fucking crunk. It was like, I feel like I'm dying.
Oh, man. That was like the ultimate...
I drained my life source drinking this shit.
It's like the pre-party drink. You have one of those, and you're fucking ready to go out and have a good time. You have two of those, and you're gonna black out.
Yeah.
It's...
Wow.
You're gonna...
It's that steep?
It's just the crash you get is so severe. I'm not
What
saying
the
like you get
fuck was
pissed
that?
drunk, but you just crash so hard. It was gnarly.
We need to find someone who like worked, like who like developed that fucking formula and be like, bro, what's in it for real?
But so like when they were starting to ban it, I had a friend, Amanda in Chicago, went to the local liquor store and bought them by the pallet, and then would sell it to our friends for like a big markup for like $3 a can or what, because they were no longer making the traditional ones.
Well, I guarantee you, Marcos, if you're interested in finding the guy who made Four Loco, he's probably in a dingy fucking Chicago apartment in a basement, and you walk into his fucking crib and it smells like shit, and he's got like all kinds of newspaper articles with like strings from one to the other clipped, and he's like, I'm so close to figuring out, and you're like, that's exactly what I thought you were gonna look
Perfect.
like.
I'm out.
Give me the formula. And he's like, you'll never take it. And he, penguin style, like has an umbrella, jumps out of the fucking window and shit. You're like, I knew I was going to have to chase after this motherfucker.
He has it like on a tiny piece of paper and he eats it and he's like, you'll never get my formula.
You're like, I'm going to drain Four Loco down your goddamn throat until that piece of paper comes out. All right.
So we didn't actually answer the question.
Well,
yet.
we sort of did.
Yeah, so I think like what you should note first of all is if you had surgery, do the fucking physical therapy. You're not better than the physical therapist. I made that mistake. Everyone makes that mistake, and take our advice. Do what they say. Once you are cleared to do semi-regular exercise again, then you can start slow. And like what Marcus was suggesting earlier, start from the beginning. You're not going to be able to do what you did before. You might be down to like 1 to 2 sets per muscle group per session, and that might be all you can do, and
sets
that's completely fine. Sets of 5,
really good technique.
Yes.
Then a couple months later, sets of 10-ish to 15-ish with more sets because your work capacity is going to go up. Still light, still pretty far from failure. Milk out all those easy regains. It's the easiest time you're ever going to have gaining is regaining.
Maintenance diet.
Then maintenance diet, and then when you're going to fill out, you're going to lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. After like 6 to 10 months, you're going to be back to pretty close to where you were, and then you can start training super hard again.
You always get better.
Yeah.
Once you bounce back from an injury, you train smarter. Just keep your ego in check and just keep your sanity in check because you're going to want to lift more.
Yeah. That's really important. Like 4 to 6 months in,
right.
you're going to feel pretty good, and you're going to be like, I should just up the weights like fucking crazy. Nope. Don't do it. That's when people get re-hurt.
Your boy here blew his ACL in rugby, and I thought because I was a master's student in exercise physiology that I knew better, right? Which was totally wrong. So I decided to go back to training prematurely. Luckily, I didn't re-injure myself, but my legs were massively asymmetrical for a long time because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing, and I was just letting the other leg take the brunt of the load all the time. So it took me a very long time to get my legs to a similar level of strength.
So if you were a master student, you probably had kind of a nerdy thing going on, right? Can you do your nerd voice, James?
Excuse me, anterior cruciate ligament is torn on my left leg. And I am ready to squash and use a weightlifting movement.
Kind of fucking nerd is that? Like 1915? Like fucking.
What the fuck? You don't know shit about nerd culture. When you were bullying us, Marcos, we had a culture. When you were bullying yourself.
Okay, good, better.
Next question from Stacey Marie, misspelled. Bitch misspelled her own fucking name.
Stacey with an I or a Y?
EY?
Neither. She misspelled both her last name and first one. Stace. Who the fuck spells her name like that?
Wow, I've never seen that spelled that way.
She's from Vegas, probably.
People are from Vegas?
Henderson.
Your thoughts on blood flow restrictive training. Marcos, you do a lot of that in a closet dressed as Batman.
Rest in peace, David Carradine.
Hey, Scott the Sound Guy, we can hear you laughing. Your job is to shut the fuck up in the background, not laugh. Do most guys do most guys do it because they are inadequate? What? And look like tools? Or is it actually beneficial to muscle gain?
Wow.
Oh.
That's angry.
What the fuck are those guys at your gym wrapping up?
Yeah, no, it's actually a valid training method, and it's probably the most valid, tying into the previous question. When you are rehabilitating from an injury, it's probably the best time to do it, and it can be an advanced tool for bodybuilding. But I would say for most intermediates, it's probably not necessary. You know more about it than I. I'm sure you could.
Advanced tool.
Yeah.
You can use it when you want to train lighter. Still get a good hypertrophy benefit. It doesn't work for central musculature because you can't tie your glutes off.
Right.
It's like, you ever done occlusion training for your chest? Like,
No.
Scott, get me the bands. Mike, bend over. We're going to find out.
That's kind of sweet. When you can't occlude your whole body by
I suppose you
choking yourself
could,
to
if you
death.
had like a vest, like a pressurized vest, you could probably find a way, but like even
That'd be terrible.
it'd be terrible. And you couldn't move,
Kinda
so
hot.
then you couldn't train either.
Right.
So
Oh, we're still talking about training?
Not really.
Cool.
That pretty much summarizes the podcast. Be like, is it a podcast about training? You're like,
Nope.
is it about sports? No.
Nah.
it's about sports scientists.
We're sports scientists talking about bullshit.
Totally. All right. Revive Stronger.
Oh,
who,
no,
as we all know,
no.
Steve Hole.
Steve fucking
Steve
Hole.
here. Steve's accent is unbelievable. First point.
Okay.
Second point, anyone from Ireland, England, Australia, and pretty much anywhere else, I could listen to them talk for years. It doesn't matter what they're talking about. It sounds fucking
Who would
incredible.
win in a battle, Jan or Steve?
Jan Frisse or
Yeah.
Steve Hall?
Jan tagged me in an extra German post today, and he was like, "Can you read it?" Ha 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 ha. I was like, "No."
You're like, I tried.
tried.
Nope. I'm out. You mean in the fist fight?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good question. Jan.
What's the fucking question, Mike?
Oh, my mind is on Steve. No offense, Jan. You know, you'll be older one day. You'll understand. Revive Stronger says, Extreme Snake. Sorry, I meant stretches.
He's done.
I got you, Marcos. You can just leave if you want.
We have
this podcast.
new snake developments too. We have
We have new snake developments. Is this now the time for the announcement?
Well, let's do the question and then.
Stretches, loaded stretches, and their efficacy on muscle hypertrophy, like dog crap. So, like super loaded stretches between sets.
Oh, remember when there was what was it, FST 7 or whatever?
Fascia Stretch Training System
yeah,
7.
that was the thing
Was
for a
that
while.
Hani
Hani Rambod.
Yeah, that's what Phil Heath was doing, huh? That's how he got so big.
Yes, a lot of IUs of it.
So, I think it's worth noting that the loaded stretch that is very beneficial for hypertrophy is part of doing normal strength training.
Totally.
Right.
Full
So
range of
like,
motion.
I feel like trying to supplement with additional stretching exercises really doesn't get the desired effect because you're not getting the concentric portion either. You're not generating you're not actually training a movement. A lot of it's done in isolation.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't get a good metabolite effect. You don't get a good force effect. You do get the loaded stretch, but it's not as much as you could possibly do with like an eccentrically loaded movement.
I think loaded stretches can start and end at the beginning and end of a concentric eccentric movement.
Yeah, I think that's
you
it.
Get the best benefits of both worlds. But
Full range,
theoretically,
baby.
Sure works.
Full range.
The
Snake
deeper, the
diet
better.
updates.
So we were in Finland and we were pitching the snake diet. And then, so I was all pissed because I was like, are people trying to like emulate being a snake? And then this guy, I forgot his name,
I think it's Jaakko Martila.
Jaakko, basically gave us the new idea, the RP Snake Diet 2.0, which is eating exclusively snakes.
You eat snakes.
I never had snake. Have you guys tasted snake before?
Well, that's why you're not lean. We're healthy.
Snake is more paleo than paleo.
I guess I'll go fucking buy
That's what he said.
buy
He's
some
like, it
snakes.
predates paleo because paleo is like 5,000 years ago. Snakes, Scotty, snakes is like 300 million
Adam
fucking
and Eve
years ago. Man.
dogs. You ever hear them?
Pre-dinosaur shit. Anyway, the snake diet's coming to stores near you. We'll be selling snakes. Dried snake. Snake
Fuck
jerky's
you
not
guys.
bad.
Snakes have a lot of bones, I hear. It makes it difficult to
That's why we
eat.
make it into jerky.
So do sardines.
You eat sardines?
Is that a yes or
I
a no?
couldn't
I
tell.
haven't in years, actually. I don't know.
I've actually never eaten a sardine. Oh, God. Jake Kale 24 says, would swallowing my steaks whole lead to greater results on my snake training program?
Oh, son of a bitch.
Swallowing what?
I think he's just into swallowing whatever comes his way. That's the way he worded it.
Dogs, I'm done. One more fucking snake diet shit and I'm done with this podcast.
Why don't you, Marcos, listen, this is a free world. We're all on the same journey. Why are you going to shit on the snake diet?
I went on a 3-day water fast this past weekend.
You're an idiot.
I did
That's
it for-
the opposite of the snake diet.
I did it for gastrointestinal purposes.
I
boys.
got you. You got some health issues?
Yeah, so I felt better when I did it. And I have the mental fortitude of like a god, so it was so easy to do.
Damn. I guess
Just
we're
kidding. I looked up so many fucking recipes, man. Donuts never looked so fucking good in my life.
I'm mini cutting right now. It feels like I'm always saying that. And I could fucking eat, you know what I'm saying? What you got in there, Marcos?
I can't eat shit
I
right
meant
now.
that sexually.
Dang, I got a snake in my pants, bro.
That's what the snake diet's
Schlange.
really about. Schlange. Is that's snake in German? Jesus
Schlange.
Christ, that sounds sexual. Everything in German is sexual.
Hmm.
Isn't it true that Berlin, James, is like a sex freak's dream city?
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
liberal.
they have like sex parties and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like your mom is like, all right, Mike, I'm going out to dinner.
If you,
You
are,
know, dinner involves no actual
Getting that
consumption.
schlanga.
my experience with Berlin, it was like, if you are gay and or goth, it's like amazing.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. There was like,
What do you think people say about America when they travel here? They're like, if you like to get shot, Chicago's sweet.
remember everyone, when we were in Europe, everyone was like, so the police, they beat you up all the time, right? And we were
we're
like,
like,
no.
Like, nah, we passed that test. I mean, you guys.
That's so fuck. Yeah, Germany was cool. Austria was cool. James and I just got back from a trip,
Long trip.
business trip.
Yeah.
In Austria, some people actually live in castles.
There's a lot of castles, and they come out of nowhere, and they're huge. You just be driving along.
What,
all
you
of a
mean the
sudden-
castles just come out of the fucking ground?
Yeah,
and
they
just,
literally
like
grow
fucking
there. Well,
'cause
house
it's
moving
like-
Give you
castle?
enough grams of mushrooms.
It's like
and shit,
mountainous
that's
and
happening.
forested, so sometimes you don't really notice because it's just mountains and forest, and then you'll just come across this like huge castle like out of nowhere. It's cool.
Shit,
What's up?
dope.
All right, next question. Last question for today's podcast. Coach Mac, M-A-C-H.
Coach Mac,
Yo.
Mackie.
Says, I'm a GA for strength and conditioning at a D2 school and have to wear many hats. Sometimes I put the hats on in front of a mirror and just the rest of me's naked.
Me too, brother.
That's solid.
Me too.
My head's too
That's the
big
whole
for
question.
hats.
I got mad hats.
That's me,
This
me
head.
too, yeah. Some not a Jimmy hat.
I actually, the guy when
What's
we were
that? I'm Dominican. What's that?
when we were in Dublin, there was a guy who does the Munster strength and conditioning for the rugby team, and he gave me a hat. That was really nice of him.
Munster, like the cheese.
Yeah.
I had some Munster cheese in Germany and I was underwhelmed.
Fuck, man. I'm lactose intolerant and I love
Would you say
cheese.
it was some kind of monster?
Next, what's the fucking question? Ask
Scott
me the
gets
fucking
it.
Question.
Okay.
I got it.
GA for strength and conditioning at D2 school and have to wear many hats. I have 3 teams, roughly 80 athletes, and typically do nutrition consulting for them. I have run into issues of athletes needing different things for body composition / performance, lose weight, gain weight, maintain. What's the best way to approach this for a large group? Calculate caloric and macronutrient needs and go from there? Fuck no.
Fuck that.
Or give general guidelines overall. Just wondering what the best approach would be for the setting. My vote is general ass guidelines. Your athletes want to be good. The motherfuckers got to do the work themselves to figure out their particular nutrition. You educate them, which will come in handy for the rest of their career and life. And then if they need special help, they need to schedule a time to come see you to really work the shit out. The last thing you want to do with athletes is put in a shitload of work. So they're like, well, I just ate tacos. And you're like, motherfucker.
Yeah, and I'm assuming if they're college kids, the munchies are probably a factor in that formula. So
yeah, or some kids in college are like, oh, I didn't feel like eating, so I didn't eat for 3 days. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, what you got to understand too is like Division I, Division II athletes. You just assume that they're machines and they're going to do what they're supposed to do. That couldn't be more wrong.
young, dumb, and full of...
Yeah, exactly.
Full of
They're
whatever's going
human.
on.
They're human. They have other interests outside of sport, believe it or not. And most of the time, they just fuck off and do whatever. So I agree with Mike. I think general guidelines, and if they want help, if they say, hey, what do I do if I have a practice session and a training session in the same day? You say, hey, great, I got some information for you. I can help you out with that. But you start off general. It has to come from within because you're going to drive yourself nuts if you keep giving out information and only 4 athletes of your 80 are actually making an effort. You're going to be pissed. They got to come. There has to be intrinsic desire.
People have to show you their worth, the particulars.
And I assume
Otherwise they get the generality.
It's going to be a very small percentage of that team that actually cares about the athletics.
Yes.
It's like 3 to 5%, whereas everyone else is like pounding like 8 6-packs a fucking day before practice.
Oh, drinking begins as soon as games end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pre, during, and after.
You ideally want to be drunk the whole time. I don't want to remember my baseball career.
My rugby girls used to do the Tour de Franzia on the bus.
The fuck is that?
That's where they would go to the store and get the Franzia, like the box
wine.
shitty wine, and just go ham on it.
Ah, youth.
To be young again.
Gentlemen, it's almost time for us to get going. But before we do,
More snakes.
a real quick
Snakes on a diet.
round of snake questions.
Suck my snake foreskin. How about that?
Are you circumcised?
I'm not going to talk about this in the public. I don't want them to like fucking
There's
unfollow
no
me
public
depending
here,
on...
homie. There's just a camera.
Nah, son.
You tell the camera what's on your mind.
I don't want Big Brother to know. It's a surprise. Nah, I mean...
Insert a
You know-
variety
you know,
of
Mike.
highly restrictive jokes here. Let's give some thought to the meaning of all of it. What's the whole point, James?
Point of what?
All of it, you dumb asshole.
I think like Vegeta, you know, you just try your hardest and just expect to beat the bad guy, but in the end, you're probably not, so just try your best. Fuck it.
There is no point. The only
Quite
point
defeatist.
is what you make of it for yourself. The relationships that you have and the things that make you feel good in life. So that's the only point.
Something tells
Thanks,
me you listen
Gohan.
to metal a lot.
Yeah. The Earth's going to end. Everyone's going to be dead on the Earth at some point.
Ooh, maybe.
Cool.
Folks, my answer is the technological singularity. Look it up.
Altered Carbon was a dope series, by the way.
I still
I
have to
you guys
prefer
want-
I prefer
shit was
the
dope.
space-time singularity.
Well,
Or the one that you can summon from like Mass Effect where you fucking shoot a black hole at somebody and they're like,
pretty
"Rrr."
Well, that's like a little sorcery involved. But yeah.
James knows a lot of sorcery.
I got my D&D books behind us.
Those are real.
Nerd.
So does Vin Diesel.
Does he play?
Really?
Yeah, he's a fucking huge D&D fan.
What?
Bro.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I
he's
couldn't
Groot.
like Vin Diesel more if I tried.
Have you seen the Riddick movies, Marcos?
Yeah, actually.
Do you like them?
They're all right.
What's
They
wrong?
could have done a better job.
What? How? Giving him Dragon Ball Z powers? Okay, that's my critique for every movie. Folks, it's been real. It's been fun. But as the saying goes,
Get the fuck out.
fuck out. See you next time.
Namaste.
Peace.